All right, this morning, Hillary Clinton was interviewed by the FBI over the investigation into the use of her private email server while she served as U.S. Secretary of State. Images now outside of the Clinton home there in Washington, D.C. Clinton spokesperson saying the interview was voluntary and that she is pleased to have the opportunity to help the Department of Justice. Let's bring in Avery Friedman and Richard Herman, both law professors. Good to see you guys and hanging out with us all day long today on this holiday weekend. Thank you for that. Okay, so Richard, you first. Is this a meeting to determine the consistencies or the contradictions to all of the material already gathered in this very lengthy investigation?
I think the meeting to try to dissuade the government from bringing charges against her. I think that's the purpose of this meeting, Fred.
What do you mean?
And as Jeffrey Toobin said earlier, these are critical meetings. You don't just off the cuff take a meeting with the Department of Justice. And like he said, like Martha Stewart she got prosecuted for taking one of these meetings and misrepresenting and lying to the government on a 1001 violation. They prosecute these things. These are critical chances to sit with the government, try to have them understand your position, and so they don't just have tunnel vision and want to move to an indictment here. She's trying to save herself, Fred. That's why she took this meeting.
Richard, I'm reading the body language. What are you thinking?
Fred, we are in such a political frenzy right now where every move and every counter move is so magnified. You have all these stories flying out there that the DOJ wants to bring charges against her, that Comey is recommending that charges be brought, and if charges are not brought, he's going to resign. Listen, I'm from New York. I've practiced before the Attorney General Loretta Lynch. She is impeccable. People have to step back for a moment. Do they really believe that the former Attorney General for the state of Arkansas and two-term President of the United States would take a meeting with the current Attorney General, who he appointed in Brooklyn, and bribe her to not bring charges? It's outrageous. But when it looks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, people take the conclusion. And it's out of control right now. The meeting should not have taken place. But now Loretta Lynch is going to have to disassociate herself from this.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask you. I mean, so it sounds like you are saying there's a real conflict of interest here. She said that she would still review, that she would not recuse herself, but you say it has to be taken a step further? That wouldn't be enough?
It does, because in law there's these terms, the appearance of impropriety, and does it take away from the public trust in the administration of justice? And here it does. And unfortunately it does. And it was a mistake by Ms. Lynch. It was a mistake by former President Clinton. And now they have to separate themselves from this. And the Department of Justice has to make a recommendation and make a move now.
Avery? And Richard, the former President of the United States knocks on your door and he appointed you way back when. What would you do?
Open the door and welcome him in. I mean, that's what she did. And the problem is, it lasted 30 minutes. It should have lasted a minute or two. It lasted 30 minutes, and that's what brings the stench to this. But again, I'm telling you, from the bottom of my heart, Loretta Lynch is impeccable, and there's no way she would even go near any kind of bribe or let him influence her and her determination for what she does. Really.
Don't answer the door.
It's political hysteria right now, and unfortunately, she's going to have to divest herself a little bit from this. Not resign as Attorney General, come on, but let someone else.
She says she regrets it. All right.
Yeah, she regrets it. It's a mistake.
All right, Richard, Avery, always good to see you. Thanks so much. A happy fireworks weekend.
Likewise. Take care.
All right, happy Independence Day. All right.